everyone, welcome to Southpaw Creative. I'm going to be reviewing these Chalkola Platinum Series metallic and regular paint markers, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Jane. Thank you for joining me today, and I just want to say thank you to the folks at the Chalkola Paint Marker Company for sending me these paint markers on the house. And so this is going to be an honest review, and if you enjoy this video at the end, please feel free to click the link where there's a 15% coupon off of these paint markers. I just want to say right off the bat, I am not a paint marker artist, but I am an artist, so I tried to make them work for myself, and I've never really worked with a lot of different brands, so I don't really know what to compare this to, but I have worked with paint markers before. However, you'll see that the Platinum series actually blends together very well, and you'll see in the demonstration that they actually layer pretty well too. They are paint markers, so they're very, very dense in ink and chalk ink, and these are actually really, really big chunky markers, the Platinum series are, and you'll see the regular markers and the metallic markers here in just a moment. So as I line them up, and I get a little OCD about it, anyways, they were absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that they have red in there too, because you don't see that all the time with paint marker sets. And so these are the regular sized markers that they sent me, and they're basically the same amount of colors that you get in the Platinum series, but they actually have a brown and a black, as you'll see. Now, these were bullet tipped, and I kept thinking to myself as I was sitting there and doing this and layering, I thought, you know, this would actually be a better marker if it was chisel tipped instead of bullet tipped, because I found it a little difficult to get the amount of paint on the chalkboard surface. And this is my coffee table, actually. I had painted my coffee table with chalkboard paint, and it's a lot of fun. And so you can see the black layers over the colors pretty well, but I wasn't really entirely satisfied with the way that the regular paint markers worked. Now the metallics here, these were actually pretty bright. The pigment was okay. You get the sense that the color is there, but the shiny metallic part of it showed up really well, and I used them in the demo later on, as you'll see. So one quick note, the white was kind of wimpy on both the Platinum series and the regular series. And for those of you who are wondering, I actually wiped it down with some, I believe it was some Spick and Span and some paper towel, so it actually had no problem wiping off clean. So I was creating a sign here for an art exhibition that I was involved with this past weekend with Harry Potter, and I really didn't like the way that my letters were turning out, but I did use the Platinum and I did use the regular on these, as you'll see, and I had to go back over like 2 or 3 times, I think, with the smaller markers here, the regular size markers, because this surface was harder and it was just really, it soaked up the ink really, really well. And I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, but I didn't find it very pleasant that I had to go back over it several times. So I just added a drop shadow here. I will say once the ink was dry and I took it out into the real world for the entire evening, there were no smudges and it lasted very well. Some of the porous surfaces are going to soak in the ink and make them less vibrant once they dry, especially like with this particular surface here. This is a, wood with painted chalkboard paint over it, so whenever it dried it was a little bit less vibrant, but it wasn't too bad. So I just thought, hey, I'm gonna get artistic with this and play around with these things, and here's my little lion type tiger rainbow fun thing here. But you know what, it was kind of cool because it's very similar to sketching whenever you use these, especially with the Platinum series, and it just kind of loosens you up, and I really like that. So here's just a little demo of what it looks like whenever you paint on this surface in particular. And these can also be used on like fiberglass and windows and several different surfaces, and they'll stick and they'll stay and they'll look wonderful. So overall, these have a medium to high density ink inside of them, and I'm really satisfied with the Platinum and the metallic series. I just wish that the regular ones were a chisel tip, because then you could get fine lines and you could get broad lines and you'd be able to have more control over your letters and your artwork using these. But I will say that whenever I was using the Platinum and the metallic, they do have a high quality feel to them. They are a quality product, and I'm not just saying that because of the review. I could actually feel that. So these are really good for presentation and artwork and just having fun. So if you want to take advantage of the coupon code below, please click the link in the description. And if you like this video, please subscribe. See you next time, everyone.